Hello crypto whales fellas, it has been a long time since we didn't update you on the market status, since we have been busy on improving our strategy and preparing new and of course free courses for you. Before moving to the chart, I want to repeat this analysis triangle we have always talked about. In today's analysis, this triangle is more just like a puzzle that lack of one piece of it prevents the composition of the whole picture. So in the first step, I want to move to the fundamental aspect of the market and its analysis. We had a Fed meeting on September 18th, a few days ago. As we expected, we had 5 basis point rate cut, which is a good piece of news for Bitcoin and risky markets. This might be a little bit interesting to know that interest rate hasn't been cut this much after the pandemic. Bitcoin priced it quickly and we saw increase to $64,000. On the other hand, like always, we are getting closer to the election. The government tries its best to at least show everything is fine fundamentally, and indeed tries to make everything fine, at least for a short period of time. You must have seen the videos of Donald Trump on buying bitcoins or accumulation of Michael Saylor, CEO of MicroStrategy. Also, SEC approved Bitcoin's ETF options, which was another confirmation for Bitcoin's acceptance as an asset. All of these points make the fundamental environment much green for Bitcoin, and if other pieces of our triangle becomes like this, we can expect a bullish move from Bitcoin. But will it be? Considering our on-chain analysis, we have some great yet contradictory data in this regard. The most important point is that over 85% of Bitcoin holders are in profit now. The percentage supply in profit and loss evaluates the sum of unspent transaction outputs being in profit or not by comparing the price between when they were last moved and the current price. If Bitcoin continues to rise from the current levels, more investors will remain in profit. A high number of holders in profit is often seen as a sign of overheated market, which typically precedes or coincides with price corrections. As a result of this on-chain signal, Bitcoin's price may see pullbacks over the coming days as investors choose to book profit. In August, Bitcoin futures open interest rose sharply, peaking at $34.72 billion on August 27th. However, the price failed to break the $65,000 resistance and was followed by a 20% correction in 10 days. Similarly, with the latest run-up above 64,000, the open interest has increased by 22.7% since September 8th to $34.72 billion on September 20th. With the current strong demand for Bitcoin futures contracts, investors are contemplating the possibility of a pullback similar to that experienced at the end of August. Funding rate, which has always been a primary factor in on-chain analyzing, shows bearish signs during the last 24 hours. To review for newcomers, funding rate baseline is 100%, and once it increases, it shows bearish signs, and as it gets closer to zero, this bearish sign gets much more stronger. It can be interpreted that price may increase in this short time. Now in this table, funding rate for Bitcoin in Binance is almost 200%, and it is much less than our baseline. So having a correction is highly probable at this moment. Liquidity is another main factor of on-chain analysis that needs to be taken into consideration. According to this heatmap, Bitcoin's main resistance is almost 64,000 area, which is also touched recently and wasn't able to pass it through. In this map, the area of 64,000 and 64,500 is highlighted, meaning that much liquidity is accumulated in this area. In other words, majority of traders with long positions put a sell order in these areas, so once the price touches like 64,200, a huge selling pressure will be on the market. Until here, we concluded that our fundamental angle is green, but the on-chain is somehow yellowish due to high tendency of the market towards having a correction. This also needs to be considered that this is mainly because of the latest dramatic move of the market, and it's totally fine. We mainly consider that the overall trend will still bullish, but the latest data we received and we reviewed shows a probable correction in short time period. Let's move to the chart for our technical analysis.
We are in the Bitcoin's chart of 4 hours time frame. As you can see, Bitcoin broke the middle and upper line of its descending channel, both of which were acting as resistance lines for us. Now, relying on the on-chain analysis we have talked about, if Bitcoin wants to have a correction, it may descend to like 62,000 area to gather enough power to ascend. While if it becomes unsuccessful, it may descend to this area 60,000 again. This below static support line. In the bullish scenario, for which we are highly on, the price will climb to 66,000, this green line as you can see, after a quick correction, and later, in case it shows signs of power, the next resistance area would be $68,000, this red area as you can see.
For risk avoiders, we prefer to use options trading due to its safety and fixed amount of loss. Remember, options trading needs complete and professional knowledge on the market, and if you are unable to get your strategy optimized, you may experience severe amount of loss. If you've got any questions regarding your analysis, just mention it on the comments, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe our channels for free signals and of course further analysis.